The graviton strength chamber wasn't just a room, it was a monument to failure, a place where shadows clung to every dent and scar in the walls, reminders of those who had tried and broken themselves, where the air itself hummed tight and metallic, vibrating with a warning that settled deep into the bones of anyone who entered. Cadets of countless alien species lined up along the walls, their eyes taut with fear and determination. The massive Threxian exoskeleton clicked as it flexed, the wiry Virelian's telekinetic nodes sparked, and the Carrarian four-armed twins whispered strategy, all of them waiting for their turn. Mass blocks hovered faintly, glowing with a menacing light, not as training tools but as the instruments by which the Academy measured the limits of life, and the instructor's voice cut through the chamber flat and uncompromising. Lift what you can. No theatrics. Just your maximum. One by one, cadets stepped forward, bracing, grunting, lifting and failing, the alarms of strain and injury a quiet symphony echoing through the metal hall. The Threxian, a mountain of muscle and armor, lifted 78 kilos before faltering. The Carrarian tried 620 kilos, but her grip failed, a dislocation popping sharply. The Virelian focused on a 491-kilo block, telekinetically straining until blood streamed from his nose. The lesson was clear. The chamber was designed to crush confidence, to expose the reality that most species had limits, and that failure was inevitable. Then he arrived. Staff Cadet Nathan Reyes, human, walking into the chamber with a relaxed gait, carrying only a water bottle and a quiet curiosity, as if the room's brutal reputation were merely rumor. His pale scar traced along his collarbone, and his sleeves were rolled, a casual observer among a sea of disciplined, tense alien cadets. He paused, looking from the glowing mass blocks to the wounded and faltering cadets, and then to the instructor, his voice calm, almost naive. "Before I start, do you mean their limit, or mine?" The chamber froze. The instructor's jaw tightened. "Explain." Reyes shrugged lightly. "Just need to know what I can carry, or what they could carry if they were me." Confusion rippled through the cadets. "Load Threxian maximum," the instructor barked. The 708-kilo gun calibration block hovered. Reyes approached it, gripped it as if it were hollow, lifted it, spun it overhead, and gently set it down, the metal clanging softly but no strain apparent on him. A murmur ran through the chamber, cybernetic enhancements, genetic tampering, some whispered, but Reyes just rolled his neck. The instructor, unshaken, ordered the gravity doubled. The alien cadets staggered. Reyes straightened, shrugged, and continued. Earth standard gravity. One by one, heavier blocks rose, 1,200 kilograms, triple-core fused alloys, previously crushing Mark 9 exosuits. The alarms blared, red lights strobed, yet Reyes moved with them as if they were an extension of his own body, holding, rotating, lowering, the platform beneath him groaning, stabilizers snapping under stress, and still he didn't falter. When asked why he didn't stop when the equipment began to fail, he touched the block lightly and said quietly, "Sometimes things are breaking around you. You don't get to stop until the weight is off your back." The cadets realized that this wasn't about raw strength, it was about decision, about responsibility, about not leaving what matters behind. His mind flashed to Corporal Lucien, wounded on a battlefield, lungs collapsing, shrapnel-piercing chest armor, a medic 3 clicks uphill. Reyes had carried him the whole way, step by excruciating step, and nothing else in the chamber compared. It wasn't about kilograms or numbers, it was about humanity's choice in extremis. Even the instructor's logic processors hummed in confusion, unable to reconcile what they were seeing. When finally the 1,900-kilo triple-cord block hovered, the last cadet test, the alarm screaming, platform cracking, Reyes adjusted, centered himself and lifted, not just hauling but moving, controlling, bending physics and gravity around him. When he set it down, the machinery had failed before he did. The chamber was silent. The aliens had been taught limits their entire lives, and yet here was a human showing them that their assumptions of failure, of biology, of possibility, were incomplete. The instructor stepped forward, voice quiet now, "You haven't hit your limit yet." Reyes's gaze lingered on the damaged platform. "I wasn't built to lift loads. I was built to not leave them behind," he said. Over the following days, the academy changed. Cadets trained differently. Lifting drills became scenario-based. Cooperation became mandatory. Cadets helped weaker partners, carried the injured, measured themselves not against numbers but necessity, a profound lesson in human resilience and ingenuity. When graduation day arrived, under a cold, cleansing, Earth-style rain, a new plaque hung by the graviton chamber doors: "Strength is not the load. It's the reason you lift." Nathan Reyes stood at attention, quiet, shoulders heavy, bag light, already thinking about his next mission, already carrying the invisible weights of duty, courage, and humanity. And as new cadets filed in, the instructor asked the same question that had started it all: "What's the heaviest thing you've ever carried?" And somewhere in that question lingered the truth that humans are defined not by their limits but by the choices they make in the face of impossible weight. If you're inspired by stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more tales of human ingenuity, courage, and the impossible feats that define our place among the stars.